Soldiers from the 2nd Battalion, the Royal Gurkha Rifles, have been receiving their Operation Herrick medals on the parade ground in Brunei. For many Gurkhas, receiving their operational medals has become a regular event. Some were taking part for the 5th time, as Steve Britton reports.
It was just over a year ago that the 2nd Battalion, Royal Gurkha Rifles, departed their base in Brunei for their UK pre-deployment training. That was followed immediately by another 6 months away from their families on Herrick 14. This parade of more than 500, including those who've been on rear ops, marked the culmination of those efforts. Their time in Afghanistan provided the men from Nepal with an opportunity to once again demonstrate how their wide-ranging skills of today can provide flexibility within the British Army, particularly in the Asian region.
We had Gurkhas in ground-holding roles, some of them at the very kinetic end, really right in the thick of the battle with the insurgents. Some of the Gurkhas doing, the slightly softer counter-insurgency and really delivering, progress in Nadi Ali. And the final group were probably on the brigade main effort, and that was delivering the development of the institutions of the Afghan police, and it's their development that's going to be crucial to our success in Afghanistan as we leave it in 2 years' time.
94 of the soldiers here were receiving actual medals, having returned from their first Herrick tours. Amongst those presenting them were Brigadier Simon Woolsey, the commander of 2 South East Brigade, as was the British High Commissioner to Brunei, His Excellency Rob Fenn. But this wasn't just about the parade, its pageantry, or even the medals. It was about emotions and the human side of Herrick.
Especially as we started to go down the line of riflemen who are receiving the medal for the first time, obviously we start to relax, and I started to look at the eyes and just see the emotion of what it meant to these young riflemen to have been to Afghanistan for 6 months, served the regiment, served the British Crown.
Major General Lamont Kirkland, the General Officer commanding 4th Division, was paying his final visit to Brunei Garrison in that capacity. He also presented Afghanistan medals to the young Gurkha riflemen, and his speech acknowledged how sadly one had not returned from Herrick 14. Rifleman Vijay Rai was killed shortly before the end of the deployment. The General echoed the thoughts of many of Vijay's brothers in arms who were on the parade ground with the words, "We will remember him." As the proud Gurkhas of the 2nd Battalion Royal Gurkha Rifles left the parade ground once again, many will now head off home to families in Nepal, taking some well-earned leave. But once again, they further enhanced their already formidable reputation. Steve Britton, Forces News in Brunei.